Dit is 538.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And you're Dutch.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah,
My name is Dutch, isn't it?
Your name is Dutch.
Yeah.
I've read somewhere that DeGraw is actually originally the Dutch name for de Grauw.
That's what I heard.
You heard, but you don't
Yes.
know exactly?
Someone said, I was talking to a Dutch guy a few years back, and he said that de Grauw was an area of the wetlands, or is that correct?
It could be.
It's an area?
It could be.
And I said, oh, that's very possible, because my dad always said that we had a Dutch name, but I don't know exactly
about
where
any grandpas, Dutch grandmas.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure, but you
I'm
you
not
love
sure.
it here.
I do love it here.
You love it here.
It's
You're
amazing.
back.
I'm back,
To
yeah.
promote your new album, Make a Move.
Yes, exactly.
And can you tell me the difference between your older albums and
Yes.
your new one?
I'd say that the biggest difference between the albums I had made previously and this one is mostly because this whole album I spent writing with other people versus my first set of albums, which are all written alone.
Yeah.
I wrote by myself. And then the last album I made, I wrote a few songs with a couple of other people, and I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
So this album I decided to just write with other people the whole process, and it really made the album a lot more diverse, and it also took a lot of pressure off of me.
Yeah.
To get it all done.
Was it hard to let loose control?
Not so much, you know. I think on the album Sweeter, which Not Over You was on, it was more of a, I had to really make a conscious decision to try writing with other people. I forced myself to do that, and I had a good experience with it. So because it went well,
Yeah.
then I was a lot more comfortable with doing it on this album. I chose to really do it on this album. It really freed me up, and it made the whole album making process a lot more enjoyable and less stressful. You know, I could really just be artistic about it versus thinking, oh, I need to get this many songs done and I only have this much time to get this, because it can be really it can really wear on your psyche when you're trying to get creative,
I know.
And then it might lead to something unauthentic.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's more diverse and more creative.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a big hit single right now in Holland is Best Thing I Ever Had.
Yes.
What's the best thing you ever had?
Yeah, it's tough.
If you can name one thing.
Well, there's lots of different versions of the best.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that you could have the best of. But when I was writing this song, I was writing it with a friend of mine named Martin Johnson, and who's a great songwriter and producer. And we just started with this crazy jingle jangly acoustic guitar part, Yeah. And he started playing this thing. He's like, "Hey man, what do you think of this?" He's like, "Jing, jing, ding, 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 ding. What would you sing over that?" He said, and I said, "I don't know." He said, "Just sing anything." I said, "Okay." Melt Antarctica, saving Africa, I failed algebra. And then he said,
Did you fail
and I miss you
algebra?
sometime. Sometimes. Different times. Okay. I've passed a few and failed some.
Some, okay. Well, where did you get your inspiration from? Where does it come from?
Well, mostly I think that when you're writing songs, the most important thing to be is conscious of what's around you and observing your daily life. You're making sure you pay attention to people's behavior and your own behavior and how you feel about things, and not just being conscious of it, but actually taking the time to write down what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what your friends are thinking, and then make it rhyme.
Yeah.
You got to make it rhyme. If it doesn't rhyme, it's not a song. So at the end of the day, it's sort of like this version of sociology and psychology, sort of an uneducated version of it, rhyming, and that's songwriting.
So we're known in Holland for our dance music. We have the world's famous DJs like
yes, you do, like Armin van Buuren,
exactly.
Tiesto, These are great guys, by the way.
Would you consider ever doing a house record with one of those guys?
I would love to.
Yeah?
I would love to. I've communicated with a couple of them. With Armin.
Okay.
And I've met Tiesto. They're both, super talented guys, And I am really looking forward to having that opportunity to do that.
Armin van Buuren featuring Gavin DeGraw could be.
I would really enjoy that. Yeah,
We would too.
I would really enjoy that.
And tell me one of the weirdest things a fan has said or ever did to you.
Ooh. I'll tell you one that kind of scared me.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I had this couple come up to me and tell me what they would do privately to my songs.
Oh, no.
And that was pretty scary.
It's something you can't tell on television, probably.
Yeah, I wanted to take out my brain and wash it in the sink. Yeah, to get it out of my head. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Okay,
it was pretty bad.
Great. Well, it sounds good, right?
It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I never want to hear a comment like that ever
again.
Yeah,
okay.
That was bad.
Well, I have to wrap it up because
Okay.
I could talk to you like a whole day. Well, thank you for
I feel
coming.
the same way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the future? More Gavin?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks.
Appreciate it. See you later.
Gavin DeGraw?
See you later.
Dit is 538.
Alle video's en fragmenten check je op 538gemist.nl.